We are in the world, not of this world. I just wanted to talk about how crazy it is that they killed Christ during the age of Pisces, given that we're in the age of Aquarius and it's a spiritual war going on, and how it's the awakened ones, the chosen ones, against the Matrix, and how our awakening is actually causing the death of the old world. And that's a good thing because this new earth is being resurrected, is being born from the fact that the Matrix is coming down. So the winter solstice is symbolic of the day that the sun reaches the lowest point in the sky, and it's also the most darkness. It's the longest night of the year, right? So the sun sits still at its lowest point for 3 days, which is symbolic of the death of Christ. And it resurrects after 3 days, which is on Christmas Eve. Christmas is actually a celebration is this resurrection of Christ consciousness. Capricorn season is really about discipline, and it's also this part of us that sees where we are right now and how us being unsatisfied with knowing our highest potential and how we're not there. That Capricorn energy is this physical awareness that gives us the push, the motivation, the drive to really set the goals and to plan what we need to do in terms of discipline in order to reach our highest potential. So everybody has Christ within us, and the Christ aspect is the part of us that intuitively, naturally knows how to heal ourselves and how to heal people. In today's day and age, in the age of Aquarius, it seems like everybody is awakening to the spirituality, and people who are new to it, it's easy to have a spiritual ego, because something I hear my mom say a lot, who's pretty new to the whole spiritual thing, is this person is more spiritual than this person, which if you are truly in the practice of spirituality rather than just the knowing of it, which are two very different things, which are two different levels, when people are new to spirituality, it's like all this love and light, right? But when you go through the dark night of the soul, you realize that there's so much work to be done on yourself. So people who are new to it, it's easy for them to get trapped in this ego of, I am awakened because I took psychedelics or something. Or I am above everybody else because I have this awareness, which is such an irony, because the whole point of spirituality is actually for us to help others and those of us who didn't take the shot. So I feel like that's like the biggest divide between those who are in this new earth paradigm, who are experiencing the frequency of heaven on earth, which is bliss, which is felt through our heart, which is felt through our connection with nature. And I really recommend y'all reading the Essene Gospel of Peace, which is a book that was taken out by the Vatican from the Bible. And this is why I don't follow religion. But the Bible is a collection of writings from ancient times, from the past 2,000 or so years where Christ was alive. And it is written through the words of man, the common man in this world. So you also have to think about the fact that they actually killed Christ. The people of this world killed Yeshua, killed this enlightened being. They literally nailed him to a cross and made sure he had the most painful death. Think about how crazy that is. It's crazy how people can have a spiritual experience and think that they are God, instead of honoring the fact that Yeshua was even a part of God. He wasn't God in its entirety. So that's where I think Christianity has people confused, because it was created by man, and it was created by the Catholic Church and the Romans to control people. And there's a reason why the Essene Gospel of Peace was taken out of the Bible. I'm gonna link it below because you can read it for yourself, but it talks about fasting and sun gazing, and it talks about the practices of Christ and how he was able to attain such a high frequency on this planet that he will literally go around and touch people and heal them. I meet a lot of people in the spiritual community who are into herbs and healing, which is really good because they're aware of the fact that true healing comes from the earth. And the Christ aspect within us is the part of us that's the empath, who knows how to intuitively heal people. And as a result of that, people who need healing are going to constantly project their problems onto you. And even when you give them the solution, are they even going to do it? So that's the thing. It's like we live in this time where so many of us know how to heal people and want to heal people and have this desire to uplift those of us who actually want to heal. But the problem is the common folks who might be given the solution right in their faces, but they still don't want to do the part because they can't face themselves. And we can't really do anything about that, right? So in this new age of Aquarius, it's important to watch out for false prophets, for people who say that they are above others, for people who call themselves shamans or incarnation of Christ or whatever. You know, it's all different titles that we can give ourselves, but at the end of the day, we are all infinite beings of love, and that's what we came here to do, is to heal our hearts and be awakened in that consciousness. And just by you existing, you uplift the collective vibration. It's the end of celebrity culture. In case you haven't realized, we're in a new world where everybody wants to be TikTok famous or whatever. And that's the issue, is like, beware of false prophets. People out here actually have their mind on the wrong things, like making money off of people just from, you know, gaining a masses of followers. Christ did not want followers. Christ did not want to be worshipped. So I think it's important for us to realize and to learn what Christ was really about so we can embody it, instead of trying to portray ourselves as this holier than thou person online. So the real spiritual practice is learning how to be intentional in your life with everything you do, because your energy is precious. And when you realize, like, every single thought that we have is a creation, whether or not it has physically manifested. Christ is in the spine, right? That's why we practice yoga. That's why we learn to breathe through our nose, so we can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, so the vagus nerve is able to communicate with all parts of our body, right? In order for the whole collective to really awaken into these God-given gifts that came through Yeshua, came through Christ, such as being able to heal people, in order for the collective to awaken to that, there has to be 144,000 of us that are really doing the work in the daily practice. And when that energy is able to be anchored on this planet through the heart, through our actions and every day, how we speak, through our intentions, that's when the world really starts to shift. And it's happening on a microcosmic level first and foremost. So I'm driving right now and I just wanted to continue this video. So imagine how the people of this world believe in racism. In their minds, that's a real thing. This separation of how we physically look, right? So that's crazy to me, because if you really are on a Christ level, none of that is even real. You're able to see people beyond that. You raise your vibration, you level up, and when you are at a certain frequency, there's just certain things about you that people are drawn to and they don't really know why. Stay humble, because you can be at a high vibration, but the ego, which exists in the mind, can jump in and be like, oh, I'm better than everybody else. But that makes us lose sight of why we're really here to begin with. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see